Hey everyone, it's Tyler again. How are you doing today? I am curious about what your normal diet is because I've been having a lot of issues doing that myself. So the TLDR is that yes, I got the second day of doing more weight training. I did 20 minutes today instead of 15. So again, I'm trying to work on that just compounding effect of working out for a small amount of time every day. And what I'm doing tomorrow is going to be a busy schedule. I have a busy schedule to where I get off work and then I gotta go drop off Joanna to work, and then I'm thinking about considering going to the gym, and I'll do my 3 core lifts, like 3 compound lifts, and then go home, rest, and then we go off to do a rehearsal after she's done with work. And by rehearsal I mean she's directing a wedding, and that's gonna be fun. But when it comes to food, I almost don't know what to do anymore. Like just now, I got off, I finished my exercise, I brushed my teeth, because again, hygiene, sure. And then, as of right now, I don't really know what to do for my diet because I just finished a Premier Protein drink that's like 30 grams of protein. Great. And then what am I doing for the rest of the night? Because I have 2 packs of Belvita, sure. I'm gonna be having a Rockstar and like 2 to 3 liters of water tonight because that's how much now hydration I need to do. So that's gonna be great. But I'm always trying to figure out like where and when is the best time for me to like cook, prep, because what I do need to plan out tomorrow is because I need to plan out tomorrow to an excruciating number, because I do have chicken I need to cook, and that does remind me, actually. I'm reminded that I need to, on the way home from work or from dropping off Joanna, I'm thinking about getting some chicken broth or something as like a base, because what I'm planning on doing is cooking some drumsticks. I bought like a pack of drumsticks, and I think I'm going to be cooking that while the rice cooker is being done, because I do need I'm realizing now, a little too late, because I do need carbs. I've been trying to cut on carbs for a bit, just because I'm so used to not doing enough activities throughout the day to justify the amount of carbs that I do. And that's a problem, because I'm afraid of bringing carbs to work, because I don't want the effect being me falling asleep because of carb overload. But I also want to make sure I have enough carbs, because carbohydrates are the building blocks of energy throughout the day. And I need to also make sure I consistently eat the bread that we got from Costco, because parents bought groceries, that's great. But also there's a lot more bread than the 2 of us consume on a semi-regular basis. I always buy 1 loaf of bread, like every time I visit Kroger's or Fred Meyer's. But the problem is, like, she doesn't eat as much bread as I do, and she varies between bagel, bread, bagel, bread, bagel, or no bread at all. And it's not good, because we have a boatload of bread. She knew we had a boatload of bread. And yeah, so now we're both trying to attack the bread now and throwing it away soon, because it's a little after the expiration date, allegedly, and the shelf life is dwindling so much quicker now. So I'm going to try and make sure we get that done and out of the way. But my nutrition's been really wonky, because the past 2 days I come home, I microwave, I heat up some rice, and then I whip up 2 eggs, put that in the rice, mix it around, and then warm warm it up again. So that's my eggs and rice right before I fall asleep. And cool. But I don't know if it's good if I have carbohydrates right before I go to bed, because again, I'm not doing anything to really facilitate the need for carbohydrates, because I feel like dinner should be a situation where, depending on what you do afterwards, if you're continually being active later in the night, sure, carbohydrates would be great on top of your proteins and your greens. During the anniversary dinner, I made sure to have like some bread, but not a lot, because Maggiano's gives you free bread, much like any Italian place. Bread and oil, really good tasting. But I prioritized my entree that day with salmon and spinach and artichokes. So I had a high fat, high protein meal with greens. Great. Colored my plate, more than one color, perfect. But also, now that was on our anniversary. I kept relatively like high protein, low carb. But when it comes to throughout the day, I'm really bad at consuming food throughout the day, because my work schedule is a little inconsistent, just because I sometimes don't know when to go to bed, and then by the time that happens, I'm trying to figure out, hey, you might want to get some food inside of you because you don't eat enough. Like I fall asleep, I sleep as much as I can during the day, or at least try to do a regular sleep routine, because I try to go to bed at 2 p.m. at the latest. 2 p.m. at the latest. I try to go to bed at 10 a.m. just because my clock is flipped, much where like some people work from 9 to 5 and they go to bed by 9. They work 9 to 5, go to bed by 9. That's how some people work. And then if you have a side gig that you want to like improve, you go to bed by 2, 9 to 5 plus gig, and then go to bed by 2. I have to flip that on the dime, but it's sometimes a problem just because I'm not very consistent, and I'm trying to work on that consistency, and I'm just doing my best. I'm doing my best, and I'm trying to make sure I do it really well. So I kind of want to know your thoughts on what kind of extra thing I can do. I can try to meal prep sandwiches. I can do that. I can try to meal prep some cold sandwiches, like go get some deli meat and then get some veggies to put on that sandwich, and then figure out, okay, what do I put on the spread? Do I just rub it down with oil and then toast it so it's toasted like olive oil bread, whatever? Actually, I'm kind of curious about that. So what the fuck? Sorry, I'm driving, and for some reason the guy that's changing lanes did not signal. So there was two cars. There's a black car and a white car. The white car was almost getting hit by the black car. The black car did not put on his turning signal. So the guy just like had to do like a weird weave, because one guy was like, yeah. Well, I say that, but I'm also a bit of a hypocrite. I don't turn on my signals if and only if I'm driving into the flow of traffic, but it makes sense to change signals if you're changing lanes, or if you're getting off at a certain street. That makes sense. But at the same time, this guy was like, I'm just gonna slowly inch this way, or at least pay attention to like the lines on the road, because for some reason, I guess the guy didn't see that the line curved a bit, and as one guy went straight, one guy followed the line, and they almost crashed, which is not good. Also, I'm like choking a bit because like of facial cream. Like I put on sunscreen and I put on like another serum for facial skincare, and I'm choking a bit because of the fumes. I'm sorry. I don't have COVID, I swear. I'm quite healthy, so I'm really excited just because like I need to throw away this can. Hold on. I have a can of soda I should probably throw away. But Yeah, what kind of foods do you eat? Normally, if I program, if I have time in the day, if I have time in my day, I'm normally good at it to where I have containers and containers at home. And so I would have to bring my containers downstairs just so that once the rice is done cooking, I prep my small containers with the rice as soon as possible. That way I can, what are you, okay, just so that I can have like a portion thing ready for me. So I'm not so lazy as to like over scoop rice or overdo things with food. Because my biggest problem is always like I always overeat because I lived in a household with my mom and she made food for the family almost every night. She took pride in making food. My dad made food when my mom didn't. When my mom did make food, it was her job to just do as much as possible for the family. But the problem is when she would feed us, the love language for most Asian families, as you may or may not know, is, are you hungry? That's the first thing that they ask, because that's how they show love languages. I love you. Like, did you have some food today? Are you hungry? That's like, you need to eat more. But it also gets toxic to where, it also gets toxic when it comes to like how much they give you and ask, oh, let's put some meat on those bones, anak, and go from there. But besides the point, she makes food portions that are meant for 8. It's every time she made food for us, she always made double the portions for my brother and I. And my dad had at least, it's weird because he also had a hard line of like just cutting food off at a certain point, but also telling my mom, hey, you're making too much, and then she would complain. But I lived with a mom that cooked the serving size for 4. She gave me food portions that were extreme. So now I'm so used to a high caloric intake because of my mom that it is definitely hard to find foods that are high in calories but also very healthy, because everything she made, we had to have rice with it, or like some rice noodles, buckwheat noodles, whatever, or ramen, just because whenever she was lazy. And I just need to make sure I need to like supplement my diet to do that. And I want to make sure I go home tomorrow and cook up the chicken so that I don't have to worry about raw meat being spoiled. I need to cook up the raw meat as soon as I can and eat it within the reasonable time, because that should be good. Yeah, I want to make sure that I don't burn the chicken, hopefully. So I'm wondering if like I'm gonna go ahead and coat the pan with olive oil, but I'll get to figure out how frequently I need to coat the pan, and I get to figure out how many times I'll like alternate between, okay, let's put in some cooking oil, or let's put in some chicken broth or some beef broth. You know, actually, I think if I get the chance, I'm gonna buy some bone broth, just because another way to like add more protein into your diet is that when you cook rice with bone broth. That'd be a good idea, because that gives you like an extra source of protein, which is within the rice that's already cooked in. A whole lot better than times to where I would try to cook like a canned meats of taco and my rice together. That was a mistake. That's definitely something I need to work on, and yeah, I need to find better recipes so I don't look like a joke. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. If and when I get the chance, I'll update you guys, and I'll just say, hey, this is what I'm cooking. I'll probably make a recording of what I'm cooking at the time of me cooking, and just kind of go from there. So this video is going to be short. I didn't press play as I was driving soon enough, but hey, I'm at work. I'm gonna go in, I'll do my best, and we'll kindly go from there. So thank you for watching. Let me know down below as to like any college recipes, any quick recipes I can make, or any, what's your favorite rice accessory to eat? Like, do you like having Vienna sausages, spam with rice, eggs with rice, beans and rice? Let me know down below, and I will do my best to incorporate that in my diet. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.